How's it going, people?
Hey, good afternoon,
How you
folks.
doing? It's been a while.
How are we? How we doing today?
A lot has happened, but
Happy Thursday.
we're actually going to keep this kind of short. And the reason we're going to do that is we're hitting a rehearsal studio later.
Yes, we're going to play some
And,
music. We're going to keep it short and sweet like us.
If you want us to post one of our songs that we do, let us know in the comments, and we'll put it up. We're not good. I can't say. I shouldn't say that. That's horrible. We're okay. I mean, we're not horrible. You can listen to us, but anyway, whatever.
We're going to record it later, and we'll let you know.
Yeah. If you want to hear it, let us know. Anyway, so what are we going to talk about first?
Hunter Biden, yeah.
Hunter Biden. Okay, let's do the Hunter Biden thing. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen. So in the last couple of episodes that we did, I kind of explained the Burisma situation and why it was like a quid pro quo type of thing. And now what I'm going to do is in a couple of seconds I'm going to show you some WhatsApp texts that Hunter had to China, actually, how he was threatening China for $10 million.
Yeah,
and
he's trying to, right?
His father was sitting right there. Now, in one of these things, I want you to really pay attention to, he says the words, quibble over peanuts. Now, he's talking about $10 million. Now,
That's not peanuts.
Well, this is a family who never had means. By that, I mean that you could see. Okay, they always had money, but not means. Okay, so there was no reason they should have the money.
Right.
But they did.
Right. Like, look, he shouldn't have the money because he didn't know what he was doing. He's not educated for the job. He wasn't well equipped for it. So.
Now, someone like you and me, if I say $10 million, you go, whoa, $10 million. Hang on a second now. What are you talking? You're crazy. Now, that's all well and good. But when you can turn around and you can say, let's not quibble over it's actually $5 million that
they got $5 million each.
Yeah. Instead of China giving him $10 million, they gave him $5 million, and he's very upset about that. Okay, he's very upset.
Yeah, he's upset.
He could make $5 million in any law firm in America. As you're going to see, I'm going to play it for you right now. If you give me 1 second here, I think I can get this thing going.
It's just a travesty that
it's just his
FBI let him get away.
See if this works. This is my first time trying this, so let's see if it works.
It's just a travesty that the FBI let him get away with it. They didn't even bother investigating all these years.
Okay, so basically what you're looking at here, it says, I am sitting here with my father, and we would like to understand why the commitment made has not been fulfilled. Tell the director that I would like to resolve this now before it gets out of hand. And now means tonight. And Z means Zhang. That's the guy's name. If I get a call or text from anyone but you, I'll be Zhang, that's his name, or the chairman, I will make certain that between the man sitting next to me and every person he knows and my ability to forever hold a grudge, that you will regret not following my direction. This is a guy who doesn't have any direction whatsoever. I am sitting here waiting for a call with my father, with his father. Guess who his father is? Joe Biden.
Right.
Anyway, okay, so you kind of get the idea that, let's pull that out now a minute.
Now, if this doesn't say corruption, people, we don't know what it is. Right?
Okay, let's pull this out. Here we go. Now, that's one point. Now, the quibble is actually another one later on. It just came out a day or two ago. Right. I'm not going to bother pulling all of that up.
But it's just a shame the FBI knew all about this and just held it
they
so that Biden could win the election.
They didn't just do that. Actually, it's funny you say that because I didn't even think of that. You just brought something fresh into my mind. It wasn't so much that the FBI just knew about it and didn't do anything. They did something. What they did was they put pressure on the IRS to hold off on charges that you and I would have been in jail already for 7 years. He should have gotten 7 years. Anyway,
just for taxes alone.
So they put pressure, the FBI put pressure on the FBI to hold off on the charges until the, guess what, statute of limitations was no longer in effect. In other words, they couldn't charge if they wanted to at that point.
They couldn't get them.
So, it's just amazing how the Biden clan is being protected by everybody around them.
I'm sorry, what's amazing is that they're all delusional, thinking that he keeps saying I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
They're all delusional.
But now, if you notice, you'll see him, he actually just yelled at a reporter.
Yes.
And what that is now he's starting to realize that things are getting a little
heated up,
tight. Yeah.
Yep. These things everybody's on to him. The whole country's on to him.
Like the worst thing that ever happened to Hunter was him becoming president, because none of this would have came up. he would have left with the money he had. Instead, when he became president, Hunter's eyes just went, wah, you know, and he was like, I can make a ton here. So now everybody started looking into things. You know, anyway, so when you can explain to me, I know there's a lot of Biden fans out there, I guess. Anyway, when you can explain to me how a man who's never held an actual job, aside from senator, congressman, these jobs all make $100,000, $150,000, $200,000.
Right.
How a man like that is worth over $40 million and has the lifestyle here, because you got to realize what it costs for his lifestyle. To maintain his lifestyle, he probably has to make about $20 million a year to maintain his and his family's lifestyle. Okay, that's got to come from somewhere. It's got to. On top of that, he has a net worth, a cash liquid net worth of $40 million.
All they got to do is follow the money.
So you know,
and that's what our committee is doing, following the money. And this is corruption, people. This man should be impeached. But then, if he's impeached, we got Kamala Harris, which we don't know who. That's worse because.
Well, even if he's impeached, that doesn't mean he'll get knocked out. It just means, you know, it has to be pretty bad from that to resign from that. Okay, let's get on to another thing. I'm disgusted with Hunter, and I'm disgusted with Joe, especially after him taking Hunter to that White House event after he's up on charges. Anyway, so let's just get on to the next thing. So the next thing you wanted to talk about was the Pride.
Oh, the Pride Parade, yes. If anybody saw that out there. I mean, really, people. I mean, they have naked bicycles. And there's children around.
Well, as long as you bring up children, they're also chanting, we're here, we're after your children.
I was about to say that. They're chanting, we're coming after your children.
And the answer to that, the given answer to that by the news is, what they were trying to do was overexplode the idea of them that already people have. That it was a joke. No, it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke. I'm sorry. If you're looking to trans kids at that young age, you really are. What you want is everybody to be like you. That's what it is.
It is.
Listen, I don't care what you want to do with your genitals. I don't care if you want to cut them, stick them in a jar. It doesn't matter to me.
It matters to us.
I'll have nothing to do with you, whether you have a penis or whether you have a vagina. I don't care.
Yes, we went through this.
It's your attitude that would make me not want to be with you, because you're just insane. I mean, I don't mean to say it like that, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, that was just degrading. I mean, you don't have to go.
And kids. I mean, it's funny because it's kids. They literally they lined up in front of children on a sidewalk, naked, sitting on bikes with their genitals hanging out. There's little girls. Look, I mean.
Now, if we did that, we'd be arrested for decent exposure.
Indecent exposure, right? Exactly, indecent exposure. And on top of that, with the kids there, it would be some sort of a minor charge, like it would be delinquency of a minor.
And they didn't get arrested.
You know, grooming.
Right.
You know, and instead of being arrested, they're applauded. That's just absurd.
Now, Greg, you try that. I guarantee you'll be in jail. They'll be bailing your ass out.
Absolutely.
Literally, your ass.
If you get bail.
If you get bail.
Because, unless you're homeless and you're a nut, they don't let you out. It's that simple.
But it's very safe.
Since we're talking about homeless and nut, let's go to Dan Penny now. Daniel Penny.
Daniel Penny.
Okay, so Daniel Penny he was just indicted.
The ex-Marine.
They gave him 2 charges. One, I think, was
manslaughter.
Yeah, and the other was.
Oh, I forget the other one.
Homicide or murder. Anyway, whatever it was, he shouldn't be up on any charges. It doesn't really matter. Okay, he's up on charges because people got outraged that he had the audacity to protect himself and others on the train. And when I say others, I mean others of all colors.
Oh, they were all sitting there, yes.
All races, all
as a matter of fact, some of them came forward. They came forward to confess. Right.
He didn't care what you looked like.
Nope.
He just knew there was somebody on a train that was creating a violent situation.
And threatening.
And threatening. And when somebody tells you, let me tell you something. When somebody tells you that they're not afraid to die, okay, you say that, listen, that tells me that you have nothing to lose.
Right.
Guess what? I do. And I'm not going to lose it to someone who doesn't have something.
And there were a lot of people there that could have lost too.
Yeah.
And that's why he jumped in.
You had women,
there were women and children on the train, yes.
Now, guys.
Matter of fact, one of them went forward, a couple of them really, and went to the precinct to defend him.
My dogs are going nuts behind me, sorry.
They confessed to say that he was right. He's a hero.
Stop it.
Anyway,
I'm sorry, that was my dog. He's a loon. He's an absolute loon.
We know it has nothing to do with race, but this is a man now his life is on the line. For protecting himself and other people like my brother.
Okay, real quick, this is going to be the last thing, because we got to get some food, and we got to hit the studio. Maybe it's possible we could do another one tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how it works out.
See how it works.
Okay,
just remember one thing, people. Just love each other. All right, everybody home, take care. You know what? Yeah, listen. You know what's the secret is between your spouse that makes you and your spouse go all night long? Duct tape.
Keep your mouth shut. No, no. Actually, what I would tell you is, I tell you, you want this world. You want this world to be a good place. Mind your business.
Right.
Don't worry about nobody else. Just mind your business. Okay. Don't go threatening people. Don't, you know. If you don't threaten somebody, nobody has to help that person and kill you. I mean, that's just that simple.
Right. Life used to be so much easier.
Okay, so
everybody's a little tight today.
Where I want to go right now is I want to go to that reported UFO sighting in Las Vegas. Did you hear about that?
Yes.
Okay, so supposedly this kid saw 10-foot beings in his backyard with big eyes, with nose, and so forth. Now, I'm going to be perfectly blunt with you.
Right?
Yeah,
Vegas.
Vegas.
Excuse me.
Okay, so, and then the cop pulls up. Strange enough, the cop pulls up, and on his body cam, you can see what looks like something flying through the air. And if you look at it, the first thing I said, that's a comet, you know. But now, let's look at it from a perspective, what's the odds that, unless this kid knew there was a comet coming, I mean, you know, unless he's like some astronomer or something like that.
Oh, yeah, look up at the stars.
Yeah, you know, like maybe, maybe he's some sort of, you know, whatever, I don't know, scientist, you know, maybe.
Yeah, they like the spaceship.
But I do want to say that we're at a point now where we're so close to having the next encounter, okay? So the first encounter is, I believe, I could be off, but I believe this is the order of the way it works. The first encounter is you see something in the sky.
Right.
The second encounter is you see something landed. The third encounter is you actually meet that. You actually meet the being. And I have to be honest, I don't think we're that far.
No.
Look at this cat. You can't see him yet. You will in a minute. He's gonna climb up on my shoulder.
How about the guy that just came forward and said that he saw?
Oh yeah. Well, they said there's 12. We have more than 12 actual UFOs that you know, and actually
landed.
And strange enough, like they also say that we have metallics that you could not get from Earth. It's not possible, and we don't even have the formulation to make these particular metals. There's one called a smart metal, which, I mean, I can't, I'm not smart enough to go into because the metal's smarter than me.
It's very smart metal.
The metal's smarter than I am.
Smarter than us.
Yeah, I can't even go into it, but it somehow programs itself to maintain a shape, but it didn't have. Right. And then you can adjust it. There you go. I told you it was going to be that. This is my boy. This is my booger.
He's seriously, man, I believe him. They're out there,
baby. Guy. Anyway,
they're out there.
I think we're really close to being
close encounter.
Yeah. In the 90s, I used to, for a while, they were putting on shows like X.
X-Files.
Like X-Files, like also V.
Close Encounters is first time.
The other one was V. That was where you had, like, you know, the people, they were living among us.
How about Alf?
Alf, believe it or not, you're absolutely right. That was one of the ones I didn't think of.
Remember that?
And the reason I thought of Alf was,
he came from
it.
That little ship, man, remember landed on?
I know he used to eat cats.
Yeah.
So anyway, the reason I thought Alf was they were trying to make it cute, so it was more accepted. And I think they've been doing it over the decades, slowly, you know, introducing it into our lives. So it's not like some crazy, because in reality, we've all seen Independence Day, how they all went to greet, like with the signs and this and that. Well, let me tell you something. In reality, that's not what would happen, okay? In reality, the only part of that movie that would have been true would have been when they put out the bulletin, don't shoot at because you might cause an intergalactic war, okay? That's what would really happen, is you'd have these morons with their weapons, and somebody would shoot it, you know, and
you don't want that, don't.
Yeah, and the fear factor would be crazy. People would be trampled through the streets. So they can't have that. They've got to introduce it like someone with an open wound on a foot going into a hot bath, and they got to just put that foot slowly in there. Anyway, so that's kind of my view on that. But I promise you this, we are not alone. I've never seen an alien. I've never, you know, but do I know we're not alone? Abso-friggin-lutely. And,
you have to know. You have to
even to the degree, you know, you think about this, and I only throw this out because with the submarine thing, I have such great jokes for the submarine, I can't do them because it'd be a bad
Titanic
one. Yeah.
Titanic. God bless their souls.
But if you watched any part about that, you heard this at least once, okay? We know more about the moon than we do about
the ocean.
So if we don't know that about our own, you know, you know, land, our own, what's the word?
ocean.
I can't think,
think about it.
Terrain, our own terrain.
Because the ocean is very tough. Man.
Oh, it's so deep. You have the Mariana Trench. You have
18,000 foot deep.
Anyway, so if we don't know that, there's billions of galaxies out there.
Yep.
Okay, that we have no idea what's going on. Okay, and honestly, I'm sort of starting to lean towards the idea that we came from, that we somehow, a cell landed in our water, and that cell multiplied, and that's how we're here, because there's no real explanation for it. There's no even the Big Bang Theory doesn't pan out.
I was about to say that.
Scientists just say it's not. It just can't happen. And if you believe that 5,000 years ago, a snake and a guy took a rib, and none of that makes sense. Let's get real, okay? Because things have been around a lot longer than 5,000 years.
Oh, we're going way back.
Okay, so I think we're done here, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yes.
All right, so we'll try to get one out tomorrow. Until we do, guys, enjoy it.
Yes, be safe.
Remember what we always say about Jude, about St. Jude, and about Shriners and all of that. Tunnel Towers, T for T. That's what it's called. T2T, right? Exactly. If you got some extra money, they're a great place to put it, and it'll make you feel good. Mm-hmm. Every time you see that commercial with the kids smiling, it'll be because of you.
It'll make you feel good. That's
anyway.
True.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
Be safe and enjoy.
Listen, 4th of July. Be safe.
Yes, be safe.
Enjoy the barbecue, but don't get hurt. Okay,
don't drink too much. Don't drink too less. And don't drink and drive, because you hit a bump, you spill your drink, and it's a good drink.
And the last thing I'll say is, if you're going to drink, do a drink water, a drink water, a drink water, because it's going to be hot.
You got to enjoy yourself.
And you're going to dehydrate. You're not going to feel so great. And it'll also stop the hangover the next day.
And just remember this. It's America's birthday. God bless America.
Yeah. Have a great day, guys. We're out of here.
Be safe.